Welcome to my not so instant reaction to the 49ers 27-24 win over the Rams. It's a little late today because I had to walk back through Inglewood after the game. I'm going to tell you my Inglewood story after, because you don't need to hear about that. You want to hear about how I feel about the Niners, what the Niners did. So I'm going to let you know how I feel, how I really feel. Answer some questions first because I already have a bunch of questions. True Sav Comedy says, looks like you're eating crow. Jim has proven himself to be number one in the universe. You're obviously jealous of his action figure-esque jawline. True, says True Sav Comedy. It's true. He's number one in the world. Congratulations, Jimmy. Congratulations, 49ers, on that comeback. It was legendary. Was at the game. We only won because I yelled heads on the coin toss. Who starts next week, Jimmy or Lance? Cowboy versus Niners 90s rematch. It is a 90s rematch. I think it's going to be Jimmy. Don't you? I'm going to go Niners Cowboys. Shout out to Samson Ebicom and his production since Cincy game. He has 3.5 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, 7 quarterback hits. D Ford, who? Good point. I wrote him off like immediately, and he came on strong at the end. I wasn't going to talk about him today, so thank you for bringing him up, Brandon. Samson, MF, Ebicom. Not saying I want a 2-quarterback system. However, the Raiders showed you how. Trey is 100% better than Mariota. Hell yeah, Ambry. God, our wide receivers will be epic. Yeah, the wide receivers were A+ today. 2-quarterback system, maybe. I'm going to talk about Jimmy in a minute. I'm the Niners. One, but if I was Kyle, I wouldn't have started Jimmy only because he had thumb injury. I didn't notice any thumb injury today. Did you? I didn't see any evidence of a thumb injury. He looked like the same Jimmy we always see, except minus some practice time, basically like rusty Jimmy, but not. He looked rusty, not injured to me. You're the man, Grant. Thank you for everything you do all year. Thank you, Robert. How much of a chance do you think we stand against the Boy Cows in that offense? A good chance. I'm gonna get there. Bear with me. Let me work up to there all in due time. How hard was it to give Jimmy a good grade, Grant? I don't have anything against Jimmy. I like Jimmy. Not hard at all. I just wasn't expecting that I would give him such a good grade after the way he played the first 3.5 quarters. Grant, your tweets today were super on point. Thank you. I ended up being wrong about most of it, though. Matthew Stafford, it was a tough environment for us to communicate in. Really, the entire second half, the Rams were at home. You really said that? That's a terrible excuse, man. Grant, you forgot to grade quality control. I don't know how I feel about my job this week. Armstead, though, I'm going to talk about him. I promise. Armstead, though. What a game. Like, everyone was on the edge all game. Dallas scored 107 points last 2 games. Excited for this matchup. Thanks, Grant. Yeah, Dallas is really good. Let's talk about that in a minute. Good win. My heart was beating 100 BPM the whole game. How far do you think the Niners will go in January? I'm going to talk about that, I promise. Bear with me. I'm sorry. I keep giving you non-answers, but I don't want to just – I have a whole show planned out. Maybe if all these supposed Rams fans actually went to the game, they wouldn't need to pump fake crowd noise into the stadium. Pathetic fan base. I mean – they're a St. Louis team. My whole life, they were in St. Louis growing up. To me, the Niners are the West Coast team. I mean, the Niners are. If you're a football fan on the West Coast and you've been alive since the 80s, you're probably a Niner fan, unless you're me. Maybe you know what I'm saying? You're awesome, Grant. This game was nuts. The way the game started, I was like, fire. Banana hands. Jimmy was clutch. Defense was awesome. Ambry is playing great. I felt like a home game, Niners versus Cowboys. Yep. I was going to say fire. I was going to say trade Kyle. I had so many gotcha questions loaded up for him in his post-game press conference, and then he won. And I'm like, wow, I respect you more now. Man, that Armstead guy played really well today. He really, really did. They should put him on the field more. It feels like he hasn't been on there the whole season yet. Like, why can't he do that all the time? What are the chances Jimmy comes back next year? No. All right, let's talk about – first off, let's talk about why the Niners came back and won. How did the 49ers do this? They were down 17-0, and it's Sunday night, and we're kind of caught up in the emotion of the game, and it's like, who cares how it happened? Let's just go back and give credit where credit is due. The Niners were down 17-0, all right? Late in the first half. Then Jimmy Garoppolo threw his first interception. Remember that? He got picked off by Taylor Rapp. He got hit. It was first down. He could have thrown the ball away. He got hit. He just threw the ball up into triple coverage, got intercepted. It looked like capitulation. Like, I don't care. It was really a bad moment. I know it's hard to remember because the Niners won. He threw that pick. The Rams get the ball near the end of the first half, up 17-0. Like, they're in position to put the freaking game away. 2-minute warning passes. They get the ball at their 42, 3rd and 1. But you're watching the game. The Rams are totally in control. But I don't know if you were looking at the stat sheet. They couldn't run the ball. They could not run the ball. Sony Michel sucks. Cam Akers wasn't better. Couldn't run the ball. And they made a very, very weird call on 3rd and 1 from their 42. Instead of like running it because they couldn't, they went empty backfield, 5 wide on 3rd and 1, up 17. That's what Sean McVay called. And what happened? Arik Armstead and Nick Bosa sacked Matthew Stafford for a loss of 8. That changed the whole game. Really, they probably should have. I mean, the Niners would convert 3rd and 1. They would convert 3rd and 1. What they would do is they would just do a quarterback sneak, end of story, 1st down. The freaking Rams were like, I don't know what to do. It's a 3rd and 1. They go empty backfield, don't even get a throw-off sack for a loss of 8. That changes everything. Because now the Niners get the ball back with 38 seconds, and Jimmy Garoppolo leads a field goal drive. It's very nice. And instead of going down into halftime down 24-0 or 20-0, it's 17-3. The Niners get the ball back first. And Jimmy Garoppolo makes a couple of nice throws, one to Hasty on 3rd down, one to Ayuk on 1st down for 30 yards. But on 3rd and 2 from the 16, Deebo just does what Deebo does and runs in a touchdown in from 16 yards out. So the run game starts taking over after the defense changed the momentum. And then the next drive, Rams go 3 and out. The Niners have their 10-play drive, their 11-play drive where they run the first 10 plays, and then Deebo throws a touchdown pass. That was how they changed the momentum. And if you go into the 4th quarter, Jimmy Garoppolo throws a pick midway through the 4th quarter. The Rams go on a touchdown drive. They're up 7 again. And then Jimmy Garoppolo brings them right back and digs the Niners out of the hole that he created. They go into overtime. They get the ball. They control the clock. I mean, they have the ball for like the entire overtime period, get down into the goal line and into the red zone and don't score. On 3rd and goal from the 7, they just throw a 1-yard pass. I mean, they won with their defense in overtime. Ambry Thomas won the freaking game with the interception. But what I want to point out is, let's go back to the 4th quarter. So Jimmy Garoppolo throws the pick. The Rams get the ball with 1:50 left in the 4th quarter and just call three runs and they punt. How arrogant is that? 3 runs and a punt. Like, we're not even going to try to get a 1st down. 3rd and 7, they run the ball. Like, we're just going to make you use your timeout. We don't respect your offense at all. And then, boom, of course, Jimmy Garoppolo has this amazing 55-yard pass to Deebo Samuel out of freaking nowhere. Where the hell did that come from? Where the hell did that come from? The Rams weren't expecting it. Were the Niners expecting it? I don't know. So that was really the one great drive of the game from Jimmy. That one at the end of the 2nd half. The Rams were like, we don't respect you, Jimmy. We're going to run 3 times and punt it to you. He's like, all right. Ayuk for 21. Jennings for 5. Deebo for 55. Incomplete pass, and then boom, Jennings for a touchdown. Like, who the hell is this guy? Anyway, that's how the Niners came back and won. It was, first of all, shutting down the Rams' run defense. That led to the Rams calling a ridiculous call on 3rd and 1, empty backfield pass. That led to the Niners sacking Stafford. That gave the offense an opportunity to drive down the field and get a field goal. That made the deficit 14 at halftime instead of 20 or 24. That allowed the Niners to stick to their run game, which controlled the clock and the game in the 3rd quarter. And so when Jimmy Garoppolo threw his 2nd pick midway through the 4th quarter, he could be the hero. That's how the Niners won the game. I just wanted to say that for the record. It was a very, very, very interesting game. Barry Zedep says, hey, Grant, I'm happy about the big win today. And now I just want to give you money. Here's some of that. Love the content. Keep speaking truth to people. Thank you, Barry Z. That was hella nice of you. Next time, hey, hit me up. I want to give you money next time. That was just so nice. If you're in Oakland, hit me up. I will give you $10. Before half, I was calling for Lance and Kyle to be fired after half. Still calling for both, but let's go Niners. Yeah, it's funny how that was a crazy wave of emotions. I was gloating on Twitter, and then I was real quiet for a while. Like maybe I should have waited for the game to end before I was taking victory laps. D-line performance circa 2019, maybe better. True. Dude, who that? Arik Armstead. We're going to talk about him at length. Not a Niner fan, but Deebo, though. Love the vids, dude. Deebo, though. Deebo was one of my favorite players I've ever watched in football. I love this. He's so unique. Grant, what is your pregame meal? Oh, my wife and I went down to the hotel spot, and I got the eggs Benny. I got that classic eggs Benny, though. You already know. I like eggs Benny. Jimmy made a lot of nice, because it's like an elevated egg McMuffin. I love an egg McMuffin. Joe Stull says Jimmy made a lot of second half throws, nice ones. Nothing left to lose. Repeat to defense and Aaron Donald. Seeing Deebo in his dreams tonight. Aaron Donald has never done anything really special against the Niners. Not impressed. Aaron. Juice does everything. When the NFL season kicks off every year, he should be an automatic Pro Bowl selection before even playing. Agree. He's a baller. Do Niners beat Cowboys next year, and do we get Trent Kwan back? By the way, looked for you at the game. That place was huge. I don't know if they're going to get those guys back. Probably. Do the Niners beat the Cowboys next week? I don't know. I'm going to have to talk to Vish about that tomorrow. He will have a better sense. Glad we won, but I still feel Trey could have won this game with this game plan. Deebo and Mitchell were the heroes. Can't wait to play Cow. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I mean, I feel like a lot of quarterbacks could have won this game for the Niners. Like, Jimmy just made it interesting with his 2 picks plus fumble. Saw angry Jimmy when he got smacked after the INT. Did you see it? That was it, huh? Is it bad that I still don't trust Kyle? He almost threw this season based on his own ego and has not shown he can develop Lance. I feel the same way, man. You have no idea what I was going to say tonight had they lost. And the fact they won, I'm a little chagrined. Like, really? Did you win, or do I just really think nothing of it? I'm going to talk about the Rams in a minute. Jimmy Garoppolo was the reason why we came back and won the game, but we would not have been in the situation if Jimmy did not play. Like, yeah, Jimmy's crazy, man. He's an arsonist and a firefighter at the same time. He's like a bank robber and a hostage negotiator at the same time. He creates the problem and solves the problem, and he's the hero. It's amazing. And he's the next topic. Grant, I thought your grade of Jimmy was too high. He almost sold the game and did enough so that our playmakers can win the game. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm sticking with it, though. Early in the season, you said the offensive line was the worst unit of the Niners, even with no Trent Williams. They were an A today. The regular season is over. How good was this unit this season? Good. Once they got rid of Mike McGlinchey, they won 7 out of 9. I'm just going to say that. They were 3-5 with McGlinchey, 7-9 without him. Coincidence? Probably not. Deebo wide receiver 1, QB 1, running back 1. Jennings is a stud. Elijah made some hard runs in the second half. Body bag game. Kittle. Yup. I'm going to talk about Jennings. Jennings a topic. Why don't Niners play up tempo more? I don't know. I'll ask. They seem to be pretty good at it, right? Both quarterbacks. Grant, I used to despise you because I thought you were a Niner hater. I really enjoy your show now and want you to know you're killing it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm definitely not a Niner hater. I'm very impressed by the Niners, and I really have to reassess my opinion of this team because they're way more resilient than I figured. I wrote them off at 3-5. I wrote them off after 4 straight losses. I wrote them off at 17-0 today, and that's on me. This team is really, really resilient. Also, can't forget Jennings balled out. I'm going to talk about him a lot. I know you're not a Niner fan, Grant, but you got to love them coming back from a 17-point deficit. Here's to another week of game content. PS, come back, CDP. When we open again, we owe you a few seats. CDP. My wife and my brother and my sister-in-law were there this week. Fonzie? Matt hooked us up. We were there this week. CDP is the Michelin star bar on my street in Oakland. That is hard to get into, but it's really good, and their prices are the same as every other bar in Oakland. It's the bomb. Thank you, Fonzie. No, we were there this week. Appreciate you. Absolutely love the Cowboys versus Niners matchup. This is a game SF should win. Okay. Thinking 1 week ahead, should we be worried about CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, even though they just lost Gallup for the season? Oh, they did? Damn. Wait for it. I'm going to get there. Thank you for your donation. Give Jauan Jennings his praise. I'm going to. He stepped up big time, 5 receptions, 94 yards, 2 TDs. Forget to say, keep up the good work. Jauan Jennings is something I'm planning to talk about. When Jim plays good, the fans treat him like God. Hey, give Jimmy his, dude, he came through. He did, I guess. Everyone praising Jimmy for how clutch he is when all he did was dig us out of the hole he put us in. Great game, though. Yeah, it's amazing that he can dig holes and then, fill them back up. It's quite impressive. He's like Shia LaBeouf in that movie Holes. Let's be honest. The clutch plays weren't all from Jimmy. Yeah, but some were. The 55-yard pass to Deebo. What are you gonna? That was great. Not a Jimmy fan, but he did raise his trade value in this game, right? What'd you think? Yeah, like maybe the Rams should trade for him. How about that? God, Matthew Stafford is so overrated. Don't tell Vish I said that. Why would Kyle go empty set on second down on both picks when you're running the ball down their throat? I don't know. Why did Sean McVay go empty on that 3rd and 1? Dude, these two guys are so smart. So smart. Grant, my girl is pissed at me because I've been waiting for you to rip Kyle for starting Jimmy, but we won. She lives to see Jimmy play again. Look, I thought I was right. Dude, the Rams, I'm so disappointed in that team. Oh, can we talk about the Rams for a minute? God, if Trey is still in the league in 5 years, he might be able to lead a team on a game-winning drive on the biggest stage like that. Doubt he will be, though. Trey, no play. That's from the delegation of Niner fans that is not looking forward to the quarterback transition. Racist spammer in the – oh, got him. Hold on, let me get him. Block user. Hey, sorry, Raymond, that you had to let me know like that. It's just they're coming in fast. Appreciate you. Player of the game, Deebo Jennings. Deebo. Deebo. I would have to say it's Deebo. Ban this dude in the chat saying profanities. My bad. Sorry it took that long. Didn't see him. He's out. Yup. Anything else? Game ball or balls go to who? Deebo and Armstead. And Robbie Gould for punting. Please check your chat. You have a racist making comments. He's out. Sorry about that. My bad. He's out. A happy New Year. Are you going to Dallas? My lady says hi. Your lady says hi? Do you say hi? I say hi. Yeah, I'm going to Dallas. I haven't booked my stuff yet, though. All right, back to the show. Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't get this guy, man. So basically what I want to say about Jimmy Garoppolo is that he has a lot of Eli Manning in him, and Eli Manning won a Super Bowl. Now, Jimmy lost the Super Bowl, but I don't see how he was so bad for most of this game. Both of his interceptions were just inexcusable throws into triple coverage. He fumbled deep in his own territory and was lucky Tom Compton recovered. He threw a pick midway through the 4th quarter that really should have sealed the game. But the Rams gave him another opportunity. And he led a gorgeous touchdown drive right at the end of the first half. At the end of the second half to put it into overtime. Now, the reason that they were down 7 late in the 4th quarter is because he threw a pick in the end zone. They were in the red zone. Ready to go up 20-17. He throws a pick in the end zone. Gives the Rams an opportunity to score a touchdown. So now they're down 7, and boom. What happens? He goes 3 and out. The Rams get the ball back, and they're like, oh, Jimmy's terrible. We're just going to run the ball 3 times, give back to him, and win. And then Jimmy, out of nowhere, has the best drive of his career. Out of nowhere. How does he do that? It's what makes Jimmy Jimmy. He's very much like Eli Manning, where he's oblivious to how bad he's playing and what people think of him. He's just sitting there on the bench like, I got this. And he does. If it were me, I was never a good athlete, but I was But if I fumbled once and threw 2 picks, like I'd be crying. I'd be having a nervous breakdown on the sideline. Jimmy's like, I'm great. I'm going to get him next time. And that's his best quality, right? By far. How does he do that? So after basically throwing the game away, I mean, when he threw that pick in the end zone in the fourth quarter, how did you feel about Jimmy Garoppolo at that time? How'd you feel about Kyle? You were ready to really be angry all offseason. But no, he just has this great drive out of nowhere at the end of the second half. And then in overtime, gets him down to the goal line and doesn't come through. And the defense seals the game. And Jimmy's the hero. Now, a couple takeaways. He didn't look injured at all. Where was the thumb injury? What the hell was the story? What is the real story there? What went on the last 2 weeks? What the hell was that? He looked fine. Looked a little rusty because he didn't practice, but he looked physically fine. That's the same Jimmy Garoppolo we always see. That was really weird. So I guess that's bodes well. He's probably going to start next week against the Cowboys and be physically fine. Do you trust him though? At least he'll probably practice all week this week. That's the most important thing. He'll practice all week. Do we have any more questions? I think we do. Hold on. Are there more? Hold on. Jimmy G can only throw to a wide open people in the flats. Lance can do the same and more. Yeah, but Jimmy did this tonight. I mean, Jimmy won the game. We got another racist chatter. Oh, damn. Hold on. This is crazy, man. Okay. Hold on. Oh, I got this guy too. It's like whack-a-mole. You're blocked. All right, hold on. I'm just going to sit here for a minute and handle the chat. Oh, got this guy. Whack-a-mole. Dang. All right, well, I'm going to have to. Dang. I'm just going to do whack-a-mole for a little bit. I got this. I can do so many things at the same time. Grant, I love your show. 2 thoughts. One, does Jimmy Camp tell him not to play? Hold on. Because now he ends on an incredible Rams win? No. He's going to keep playing. Is Deebo the MVP? Yes, absolutely. Jimmy's second INT should have been 15 yards. He had to win the game twice. Should have been 15 yards, huh? I don't know. He'll be my mod. Thank you. Brandon Ayuk is not getting the recognition he deserves. Agree. He had a hell of a game. I agree with that. He deserves some credit because I wasn't going to talk about it. Oh, got to get you too. Dang, this guy's persistent. I don't know how to make people mods midstream. Sorry. I'll just keep blocking him. All right, moving on. Kyle Shanahan. Had he lost this game, I was going to say the Niners should fire him or trade him. And I do think he makes really bad decisions. Starting a quarterback who wasn't prepared seemed like a bad decision. It seemed like Jimmy Garoppolo put them in this hole, but Kyle Shanahan was confident because he's like, all right, Jimmy's mediocre. I can beat the Rams with this guy. And he's right. I do respect Kyle Shanahan more because of how he won this game. I'm not a big Kyle Shanahan guy, but he found a way to win this game. How can you knock him? He had a mediocre, rusty quarterback that probably shouldn't have been playing. Won despite of him. I don't know. I was really impressed. I was ready to get rid of the dude, but I felt like don't you look at him a lot differently now? Uh-oh, whack-a-mole. I think I do. I mean, I like his offense. I don't trust his decision-making. I feel like as a leader, as a head coach, he consistently makes the wrong decisions. And when he decided to play Jimmy Garoppolo in this game and Jimmy Garoppolo played as bad as he did for the first 3.5 quarters, I was like, boom, you're going to lose. You're going to miss the playoffs because of this decision. But it all worked out. Now, I don't know if they're going to go deep in the playoffs, but I got to say that, I don't know. I respect him. Because I don't know what would have happened if they would have started Trey Lance. No one in the world knows. All we know is that Kyle went with what he was comfortable with, and it worked. How can you second guess that? He was down 17-0 and he won. That's, in a lot of ways, his most impressive win as a head coach. Isn't it? What's a more impressive win than this one? I can't think of one. It seems like this is it. Also, Sean McVay's a clown. He was celebrating with his team in the second quarter after a touchdown. Nice. Good job. How you feel now? What was that? All right, let me go back up and answer some questions. Hold on. Brandon Ayuk got him. After another clinch performance, someone has to be watering at the mouth to trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. I think hope it will be Cleveland. Maybe Cleveland. Cleveland might feel like Jimmy Garoppolo. You know, maybe they want those 2 picks that I'm sorry. Grant, do you see Jimmy staying in SF? No. Grant, the best whack-a-mole player out there, no cap. Here's $10 for being a real one. Thank you, man. Dude, get a life. Racist commenter on YouTube. Is Deebo the MVP of the league because he's the only receiver to run for multiple receiving TDs? And I would definitely vote for him. It's too bad the Niners aren't like a division winner, but I would vote for him. Need some mods or maybe enable slow mode. And yeah, I'm glad we won and Jimmy was able to bounce back, but I feel like with Lance would have been I mean, yeah, anyone who wouldn't turn the ball over a bunch would probably win the game. Jimmy is clutch. Deal with it, haters. Egg on face. Deal with it, haters. Does this Jimmy performance secure a first or second round pick? No. I'm sorry. No. You think if Jimmy were to be out for the season, Trey could have taken the Niners to the Super Bowl like Foles did for the Eagles? Yes, I do, because he's better than Jimmy. Shan won't play Trey because he knows when the world sees how bad he really is, he will lose his job for trading 3 picks. I disagree. He's good. We saw that last week. Love your content, Grant. Let's collab. Jimmy's a magician making deficits disappear that he put us in. How much do you think we're going to run next week? I don't know. A lot. It's usually when they win. I don't know why people knock Jimmy. He's had so many comeback wins. He's cool, calm, and collected. Yeah, man, he's a really good, mediocre quarterback. He's one of the best mediocre quarterbacks I've ever seen, and I respect that. Because not that, got you, whack-a-mole, user in timeout, block, user, you're out. Out! Man, this guy really hates a lot of people. What's up with racists hating hella people, man? I never said that about. How can you hate all the people? I wanted Trey to start, but Jimmy quick draw passing is a skill that's perfect against the Lambs and one that Trey doesn't have yet. Beat them. Dude, he threw 2 picks. Can we stop? Again, Jimmy was clutch, but come on. It's not like he just eviscerated the Rams. He had like 2 good drives. What did Jimmy do that Trey couldn't do? Throw 2 picks and fumble? Yeah, I mean, come on, man. I mean, he won the game, and we don't know what Trey would have done, but we don't have to overstate it. Your boy Armstead had 2.5 sacks. Show him some love. I'm going to show him love. I promise. Just stay tuned for that. I'm just still in whack-a-mole road. How can you hate all the people? You don't even know all the people. You might like most of the people that you say you don't like. Dude. All right, let's talk about the secondary. I've been complaining about this all year. I was like, how are they going to win? How are they going to cover Odell Beckham Jr.? How are they going to cover Cooper Kupp? This secondary is just not good enough. And it wins the game from today. It wins the game. Emmanuel Mosley, interception. Ambry Thomas, interception in overtime, game on the line on a deep pass. Wow. All of a sudden, you're looking at the Niners and like, do they have a good secondary? They might have a good secondary. I mean, Mosley's solid. Thomas is solid. Ward is good. Tart is good. Hurt. K'Wan Williams is solid. Didn't play today. So if K'Wan's back, you're thinking, man, like it's a solid secondary. Not great, but whack-a-mole. Not great, but with how the front seven is playing, it's good enough. Right? Like that's the Niners formula. If they can have a dominant front seven, shut down the run, get a pass rush, their secondary just has to be solid. And that's what they did in this game. 5 sacks, 2.5 yards per carry. And so the secondary is the heroes. When really the front seven is the strength of the defense. But good to see that the Niners back end can at least hold up their end of the bargain. Thank you, David Lombardi. I have a moderator too, but today it's me. Dang, this guy's really persistent too. I guess he doesn't like a certain segment of people and he wants everyone to know it. Man. Hold on. Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't 2-minute drives a lot of backyard football without much play calling from coordinators? And aren't Niners one of the best teams with points scored in the final 2 drives? Yes, I do think it is. It's like finally, Kyle can't overthink it. Did y'all notice how every LA player and McVay were talking to big mess and so sure that they were going to win? I'd fire McVay, LOL. Dude, he's so overrated. That team is so overrated. So overrated. Dang, man. Hold on. Couple more. Kyle overplayed severity of the injury. Jimmy was still a bit off, but big kudos for pulling out a win without Trent Williams. Depending on what happens next 2 weeks, Jimmy could very well be here for 2022. I guess it's a good point. Trent was out. Our line is what won us this game. Wow, I was not expecting that showing from them. Props. Good point. Ironic. Trey had one good quarter versus the worst defense in the league. If you don't know what Trey would have done today, you need a new job, bro. How come Jimmy Garoppolo fans say stuff like bro? So passive aggressive. JG214 says, here's $1. Thank you. Jimmy GQ is an enigma inside of a quandary wrapped in a mystery. True. Is Arden Key a priority free agent? Yes, Tim Riggins. Absolutely. He's going to get a lot of money, though. Jimmy's lucky our D played elite, or the view on him would have been way different right now. And the run game. They had a 11 play drive with 10 runs and a touchdown pass by their wide receiver. Does Aaron Donald know who Deebo is? I think so. I think so. Whack him. Oh, yep. Whack him. Block him. Federico, here's $1. Thank you. Did you give Jimmy a B for the win against the Rams, but an A for Lance against the Texans? I think the grader is biased. Dude, Jimmy threw 2 picks and fumbled. Jimmy was the worst player on the field for a large portion of the game. He was clutch, though. He gets credit. He kind of canceled out a lot of the bad things he did and won. Niners in the playoffs. Clay is back. Good day for the Bay. Any chance you could add more mods to your streams? Much love, though. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to now. Shan literally would rather play Jimmy with one hand than Trey after 18 weeks because Trey can't beat any team but the Texans. Wow. Okay. I guess you know. Grant, what they paid from Arden Key was probably the best free agent pickup in the NFL this year. I would agree. It was huge. What the hell did Greenlaw drink today out there looking like a bum? So many penalties. Sit him next week. I don't know. He hadn't played in a while. Seems like the Niners players who haven't practiced and played in a while can be a little rusty. Thank you, AC. Denver fired their head coach. Think we can trade Kyle for a first? You still want to do that? I don't know. Man, this is all moving very fast. Did you peep the grins after the picks, Grant? No, I didn't see it. I'm not watching on TV. But it's, classic him in the game. Dub the catch. Joe Montana threw 3 picks. Okay. And he also made huge plays. Have you seen that game? He made huge plays. That's not Jimmy. Stop comparing Jimmy to Joe Montana. Go watch that game. I told you a few weeks ago, Amber, in position all the time. More big plays and growth coming from that young man. Go Niners. You told me, man. Told me. I love it. I like when I get told. It's a decent secondary, not good. We so limited at cornerback. Tartan Ward or injury prone, and if it wasn't for Ambry showing up, we lose. Secondary is a priority. Fair enough. McKivitz. Yeah. Shout out McKivitz. All right. This is crazy. All right. I'm going to go fast. Jauan Jennings is now the Niners' secret weapon on offense. He was nothing, and now he has transformed into the new Kendrick Bourne. When Kyle Shanahan likes having a secret weapon. He's like, oh, I want to go to Kittle and Deebo in these situations. I want to have that 3rd or 4th or 5th guy that you can account for. And a lot of times it's use check. In the past, it was Bourne, right? In the red zone, when everyone's worried about, Kittle and Deebo, boom, touchdown to Bourne. Now it's Jennings. 2 touchdowns in this game. And you can see how Kyle Shanahan goes about calling plays. He's thinking, all right, you're not going to expect it. I trust him. This is a really big development because Bourne, was the 49ers secret weapon. He scored a lot of touchdowns for them, and they never really replaced him. They tried to replace him with Mohamed Sanu, who's washed. Jennings, not washed. Young, not as good as Bourne, but different, bigger, better after the catch. Probably not as good of a route runner, but Kyle uses him in similar ways. And if the Niners are going to make a move, make a run in the playoffs, this dude is going to be a big factor. 2 touchdowns, 6 catches, 90-something yards. Really big factor. So, Jauan Jennings, nice to see you show up to the party. The Niners wouldn't have won this game without you. This guy's really freaking important. Salute to Jauan Jennings for turning himself into the next Kendrick Bourne or the next secret weapon in the Niners offense. Niner gang, game won by the weakest unit of our team. Saw some smart play calling and other RBs ride this run game and defense on the end, and the highest we've seen Jimmy's value since we signed him. You guys are thinking Super Bowl, aren't you? You are. Past few seasons, we've had a D lineman picked up and performs well or excessively progress. What is about this D line development for real? Really good D line coach, Chris Kosarik. Thank you, Isaiah. He's really good. Jimmy's second INT should have been called back for a personal foul hit in the head. True or false? Didn't see that. I'll have to go watch that on the. You're a huge Jimmy Garoppolo fan. I respect that. You had a great day, man. Toast to you. Still want Lance. Jimmy is too inconsistent. Yeah, but at least Kyle can overcome him, I guess. What's with the racist red hat in the chat? Is there an all-Aryan football league we can recommend to this guy? No, I think I got him. I'm on top of it. Love your videos, Grant. Keep it up. I shall. Thank you. Deebo on Madden should be all-around cheat mode. Yeah, I mean, he's a 99, right? Should be. Was at the game today. It was amazing. Jimmy was clutch. But 9 out of 10 times we lose that game with Jimmy Garoppolo. When Trey gets experience, he will be better. I agree. You see Jimmy did another effing Hurts in post-game sideline interview that had to be censored? No. He needs to knock that off. I think it's enough. Our blue chip players are excellent, but it's our role players like Key, Jennings, Mitchell, Aziz that give me hope for a deep run. I agree. You need those role players big time. Okay, let's move on. Deebo Samuel is a legit MVP candidate. I've been saying it all year. But the thing about him is like, when I was a kid, one player who would put up games like this was LaDainian Tomlinson. Do you remember this? He would have games where he would run for 100 yards he would have games where he would run for a touchdown, catch a touchdown pass, and throw a touchdown pass. He was the only guy. He would do it a lot. They would have plays in the red zone where he would get the ball and then throw it, and you wouldn't expect it, and he would throw a touchdown pass. And that was he would win MVP. Did he not win an MVP? I just remember him being the best player in the league when I was a kid, and he would do things like this. Now it's Deebo. Deebo's the new LaDainian Tomlinson. Is he not a Hall of Famer? He is, right? I don't know. I just remember him being the best running back, the best player in the league for a while when I was a kid, and now it's Deebo. Is he not the next LaDainian Tomlinson in a way? LaDainian Tomlinson was a great player. I don't know if kids remember him, but Deebo's like the next LaDainian Tomlinson. He took over the game. The best running back on the team. He made the first big throw of the game and the best wide receiver on the team, the best after the catch. He's phenomenal. And he should get legit MVP consideration. He won't because you have to be a quarterback to get that. But I think it's interesting to just put him in that LaDainian Tomlinson conversation. Like everyone was giving Cooper Kupp all this credit. He's really good, but who would you rather have, Cooper Kupp or Deebo Samuel? I was there today. I really like Cooper Kupp. I'll take Deebo. Thank you. I think it's pretty obvious. So yeah, I'm comparing Deebo Samuel to a MVP Hall of Famer, and I don't even think that's too beyond the pale. Hold on. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I don't miss these. Give Hasty some credit too. Solid pass catcher. Yes. Hasty is a good running back too. He just doesn't get the opportunities just for the hell of it. Thank you, Smack Jones. Just for the hell of it. So what do you think about next week? Cowgirls are next on the hit list. I'm getting there. Grant, I'll mod for you. Okay. Thank you. Do you think Jimmy started because Williams wasn't there? I think Jimmy started because he was healthy enough to start, which was surprising because it made it seem like his finger was falling off. Deebo is better than Kupp. Pay Deebo more. Yes. Thank you, Carson. All right, moving on. Arik Armstead. So I've been very critical of Arik Armstead since they paid him instead of DeForest Buckner. This was the game that showed you why the 49ers paid Armstead instead of Buckner. They see Armstead in practice. I've seen Armstead in training camp. He can do this. He can do this more than he does it. He came to the game with 3.5 sacks. He basically did nothing since 2019. And then the Niners are in the situation where they really need him to step up, and he's like, okay, fine, 2.5 sacks. Boom. Like, he played better in this game than I ever remember DeForest Buckner playing on the Niners. And that just reminds you that Armstead, when he's on or when he feels like it, I don't know what it is, he's better than Buckner. Not consistently, but he can do this. And I just don't understand why he doesn't do it more. It seems to me like he should be able to do this consistently because he is this violent. He is this disruptive. He just seems like he's content to just whoop the ass of the player in front of him and just have that guy know that he got dominated and not finish a play and get on the stat sheet. Today he finished plays and got in the stat sheet. If he could do this all the time, he would be definitely worth the money the Niners pay him. And maybe he will. Maybe he's been pacing himself for January. Maybe he's a January player now. I don't know. If he could do this in the playoffs, maybe the Niners can go to the Super Bowl. Arik Armstead today played like DeForest Buckner, but better, which is a nice, really, really nice addition, development for the 49ers. Arik Armstead, salute. I've been quite critical. I don't think you really care about what I say anymore. But if you do, I'm impressed. Hold on. Big kudos to Kyle John's player development staff. I honestly thought McKivitz was a bust and Ambry wouldn't be ready this year. Yeah, agree. McKivitz did a good job. Ambry really, really improved. Just wanted to say I love your content, Grant, and I'm glad I saw the potential in Thomas. You did, Dante. Thank you, Dante. Jimmy Greenlaw and McGlinchey for a first. Don't forget we need cap space for Deebo and Nick. McGlinchey? That's a lot of contracts you're sending out there. I don't know about that. This game is the interception. Yeah, yes. Ambry. I was at the game, still befuddled by what I saw. Yeah, what the hell was that? That was crazy. No, I think I know what I saw. I'm going to talk about it in a minute. All right. The Niners are playing the Cowboys next week. The Cowboys scored 50+ this week. I don't think the Niners will be favored to win, but they weren't favored to beat the Rams. The problem with the Cowboys is they have a quarterback who's way better than Matthew Stafford. Dak Prescott can move. He's got better receivers than the Rams, and the Cowboys can run the ball. And they're better than any team the Niners have beaten this year. The best team the Niners have beaten this year is the Rams. Beat them twice. And the Rams are good, but the Cowboys are better. And I'm not sure that beating the Rams means the Niners will beat the Cowboys, but I'm not writing it off. They haven't faced each other. And you know, the Cowboys might be one of these teams that just doesn't know the Niners. Because one way to beat Jimmy Garoppolo and the Niners is to really know their tendencies, because they've been doing this for 5 years. And if you've been following them, they kind of do the same stuff every week. But when the Niners face a team from out of conference or out of division that hasn't faced them in a while, sometimes they look at the Niners like, we just haven't looked at you in years. And they're surprised. So maybe the element of surprise will work in the Niners' favor against the Cowboys. I just wonder if their defense can overwhelm the Cowboys the way they overwhelm the Rams. Stafford can't move. Prescott can. Will the Niners secondary look as dominant against CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper as they did in this game? I don't know. Maybe. The difference, again, is the Cowboys can run the ball. The Rams can't. It'll be an interesting matchup. Stay tuned for tomorrow. I'm going to break it down with Vish. Take my money, says Jimmy Gutierrez. You guys are hilarious. Cash McKinley says, wild. According to NGS, Niners had the lowest win probability, 0.4% of any team eventually win a game since the NGS started tracking the Patriots over the Falcons. Super Bowl LI had a win probability of 0.8%. Kyle just redeemed himself. He just redeemed himself from losing the Super Bowl. Why did the Rams win when the book is out on them? The KS Niners are both infuriating and a joy to watch. I was so angry during the first half. Yeah, man, I don't know. But Sean McVay just makes the Niners look great every time. It blows me away how Bosa and Armstead are so chill and laid back off the field. I'm hyped off this win. Here's more cash, Grant. Love your content. You guys are hella nice. I know they're so laid back, right? And so violent. How we won had 3 more points. How we lost, Trey Lance confidence is shattered. Team's ego inflated. And team will lose first wild card. Ooh, that is bleak. Well, okay. I was at the game, still befuddled. Yup. Hold on. Great playoff, Grant. Playoffs, baby. What a tense final minutes. I know. I haven't recovered. Take my money, he said. All right, moving on. So I was chilling with my wife an hour ago before the show started, and she looked at me and said, "Are the Niners going to the Super Bowl?" It's an honest question. And so here's what I said to my wife. I wouldn't say that just yet. I'm not saying they won't go to the Super Bowl because clearly they're a very resilient bunch and they've proven they can dig holes for themselves and win. That's impressive. I don't know how many other teams in the league can say that. But what did we learn today? Did we learn that the Niners are going to the Super Bowl? Or did we learn that the Rams aren't? Maybe both. But I'm going with B. To me, what we learned today is that the Rams are not going to the Super Bowl. The Rams are frauds. And I love how the Niners expose them. I don't see how the rest of the league doesn't. The Rams can't run the ball. The Rams have no freaking run game at all. How are you going to win the Super Bowl like that? They got no run game and a quarterback who is so overrated. He can't move. He's a sack waiting to happen. He makes some nice throws down the field and throws picks down the field. He just throws like YOLO balls. YOLO. Did it twice against the Niners. In both times he faced them. So to me, I'm not saying the Niners are pretenders. I'm not saying that. But I'm not totally changing my opinion on them based on beating the Rams again. To me, the Niners just pointed out again how freaking fraudulent Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford, Sony Michel, this whole group is. I'm down to cover a Super Bowl again. Those will be back here in LA. Only problem is it'll be at SoFi Stadium, which I hate. Not a fan. I'm going to talk about SoFi Stadium in a minute. Are the Niners going to the Super Bowl? Maybe. Are the Rams going to the Super Bowl? Hell no. What's crazy about the Niners is they're the best team in their division. They're better than the Rams. The Cardinals fell apart. The Niners should have won this division. They should have a home game next week, but they don't. But now's not the time to complain. Hold on. I have one more thing to talk about, and then I'm going to go. But I want to answer these questions. This is crazy. Robbie Gould, love Grant. I keep calling him Robbie Gould. I was doing my grades, and my wife was like, you called him Robbie Gould, right? I was like, it's not his name. Sorry, Robbie. Shanahan versus Dan Quinn next week. Oh, God. That's such a great point. Oh, that's advantage 49ers. Dan Quinn is so overrated. Grant, you should do Sundays with Vish. Niners are about to sweep through the NFC in a Mortal Kombat voice. The NFC is weak. Finish them. Hey, man, you got to give Vish some time. You got to let him gather his thoughts. What up, Grant? Dan Quinn is the Cowgirls D coordinator. Kyle knows him if we do it. What do you think? Yeah, that's a good point, man. Dan Quinn is so overrated. Noah's bagels are not real bagels. They're dinner rolls. Daily Driver is decent, though. Yeah, I feel that. Beauty's Bagels in Oakland is the bomb. Niners. Booch, says Ryan. What's up, Ryan? All right, last thing. SoFi Stadium is so overrated. Everyone's like, oh, SoFi Stadium's so nice. Now, I'm not a big fan of Levi Stadium, but forget SoFi Stadium. First of all, it's way too big. It's like 8 acres. And no one knows. There's no signs. So I got dropped off by my wife, and her parents were in town. They dropped me off at the front. I go and I ask a security person, where's the media entrance? I don't know. Every security person I asked, I don't know. So you just end up walking around the entire stadium, which takes a half an hour. So I end up walking to the back of the stadium, getting the media entrance. Then how do I get to the press box? Got to walk around to the front of the stadium, take an elevator. Okay, did that. So then you get to sit in the end zone, which is the worst seat. Fine. Place is super. It looks like a space station. It's a monstrosity. Game ends. I'm trying to find an Uber. Problem is, 77,000 people are trying to leave, and it's the middle of Inglewood, which is, full of traffic anyway. So 2 hours after the game, no one's moving. It's just total gridlock. And I'm trying to call an Uber, and Uber's like, I'm not picking you up. Are you kidding? I'm not going there. So I just had to walk home. I was going to walk 3 miles through Inglewood at night. I ended up walking a mile until I was away from people. And then I tried to call Uber again. They wouldn't pick me up. So there was just taxis kind of roaming around Inglewood. First one I go up to, I'm like, hi, can you take me to the hotel? It's 3 miles down the street. He's like, yeah, $80. $80. I was like, I just turned my back. I was like, I'd rather die walking home than apparently my life isn't worth $80. So he yelled at me, $60. I was like, no. So then I saw another cab and I was like, man, can you take me home? It's 3 miles that way. He's like, yeah, how much you going to pay me? I was like, oh, now I got to name my price. So I said $40. I paid $40 to take a cab ride 3 miles because dude was like, all right, well, the alternative is you walk home and die. All right, fair enough. So that was fun. Really don't recommend SoFi. At least at Santa Clara at Levi's, you could probably get a lift home, Anyway, 3 thumbs down for SoFi Stadium. Really weak. And more people are going to understand how weak it is when they have the Super Bowl here in a few weeks. That's like $10 billion wasted. The Rams, that whole organization, that's what I have to say about them. SoFi, terrible. So weak. Had to walk home. I was not happy about that. 8 thumbs down. Noah's Vegas. What was that about? Dallas is 2-4 against top 15 scoring defenses, which SF is. Dallas also doesn't like to run the ball. SF could win with no turnovers and clock control. It's true, man. I'm definitely not picking against the Niners tonight. I don't know. Glad I stuck with Jimmy. All he does is win on all you do is hate. Dude, Jimmy Garoppolo fans love that stuff. They always say stuff like, in your face, bet you hate. I was like, I mean, I don't really care. He's mediocre. He was clutch after being bad. Good for him. He's even Stevens. If he does a bunch of bad stuff, usually he evens it out. Is this secondary finally gelling at the right time? Seems to be. Both corners picked off balls. That's amazing. Can you do a hot seats topic tomorrow? Sure. As they go into the playoffs, I don't think anyone's in the hot seat right now. We can win against the Cowboys if Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't turn the ball over. If Jimmy Garoppolo can play respectfully, GG's, and yes, the Rams are frauds. They're an embarrassment. Dude, don't go away. Sean McVay, he's so overrated. It was great to see the front seven getting Pad Stafford's face. Shout out to the Rook Ambry. Did he earn some respect? Hell yeah, absolutely. That was clutch. You're the biggest Jimmy Garoppolo hater. What now, hater? What now, hater? In my face. Dude, Jimmy Garoppolo fans are exactly the same. All of them. It's amazing. What rookies or second-year players have developed the best? Ambry, Trey Lance on the scout team, Elijah Mitchell, Jauan Jennings. Great Niner win. Rams had it in the bag with 2 minutes left. Hey, the Ramilli report coming through to give respect. Respect, man. That was an all-time game. You're from Oakland. Don't let LA Cats press you. Hey, where's the press box? I don't know. Thanks. Do you know someone who would know? I don't know. Thanks. The least helpful, biggest, awful stadium ever. Who is the better quarterback, Jimmy G or Stafford? Give me Jimmy G, man. Stafford is so overrated. Better athlete. He's just I don't think he's a good quarterback. I'm sorry. Shout out to Big Play Dre. His hits set the tone. Big Play Dre. Okay. True Sav Comedy. Appreciate you. Guess Jimmy is now 2-7 every time he throws a pick. Ha, true. Niner games are excruciating to watch. We don't win games. We survive them. That's a good point. Torture, right? Congrats, Jimmy dug out of the hole he made. Yes. Guys, it's 9:30. I got to go get dinner. I haven't eaten. The show is over. Thank you for all your donations. You guys are extremely generous. Don't go to SoFi Stadium. Don't. 0 stars. I'll be back tomorrow with Vish. Take care.